right, we're talking sports. In today's Midday Fix, we're talking about the evolution of Ballparks of America with three dads. Three dads. One might not be a dad from the Chicago area. And they put together a family element and joy. They're putting the family element and joy back into the tradition of watching the sport. Ballparks of America is a huge complex with 5 replica fields and Major League style suites for kids. Now, I don't think that explains it well enough. First off, I want to say good afternoon to Hamilton, also Doc and Carrie. Carrie, I don't think you're an area dad.
No, I'm not, but thank you.
But tell us about Ballparks of America, because it's big, right? I mean, that's the big thing about it.
It's huge. It's an amazing complex. I'm going to talk about the baseball itself, where it starts.
Basically, it's meant to be an all-inclusive baseball resort in a sense. We call it like a mini Epcot of baseball.
Really?
And we've got the 5 2/3 scale replica fields, but we really wanted to concentrate on having high-quality fields, so they're all turf. We've got stadium seating. We've just got all kinds of the things that you would expect in a Major League field. And so we're trying to recreate that Major League experience for kids that come to play.
We're looking at some pictures here. What are the fields? What are the replicas?
So yeah, you can see there, that's our replica of Wrigley, and it's hard to tell from that shot, but there is ivy on the outfield wall.
Really?
And it's got the basket that overhangs. Now there's a shot of our Detroit field, which has elements of old current Comerica field as well as Tiger Stadium. And we recreated the color palettes of each of these fields, both in terms of the turf and in terms of the seats, and it really creates a very unique playing environment. The best quality field these kids will play on all season long.
How did this all come to fruition?
So Doc and I met about 2010. I was knocking doors on a campaign, and he and his wife and his 3 kids at the time, now 4 kids, were out in front, and he talked about this vision of recreating sort of this Cooperstown experience, which was for 12-year-olds and staying together as a team. And then I left the financial services industry in about 2013. I called him up and said, do you still have this idea? And we got into my wife's minivan and drove around the Midwest for the absolute perfect location.
So let me get this right. You guys get together, and then a few years later, there is a baseball theme park in Branson, Missouri. Why Branson?
Gosh, Branson is the tourism mecca for the Midwest there. It has 18,000 hotel rooms. It has shows for the parents and kids. There is world-class golf. The senior PGA event is there next week, so all of the PGA people know about it. There are a handful of wonderful golf courses there. There's world-class fishing because Bass Pro Shops started on that lake there in Branson, and there's just so many things to do. We're right next door to a water park. And then there's an amusement park. The same people who run Dollywood and they own the Harlem Globetrotters. They have entertainment venues in Branson also. So it's an entire tournament/vacation.
So is this a lot like Williamsport? Because for Williamsport, that is the economy for that area.
We are a small piece of the economy. So much of what Branson is the tourism, sort of making sure that everybody has a good time. It's family, it's fun. So we're not that big part. We are growing, and we're adding to the demographic because it's a much younger crowd with kids being 10 to 12 years old. So we're actually adding and broadening their tourism.
And tell me a lot about how you got involved, Carrie. I mean, these guys, I'm sure these guys came to you.
Yes.
What
And
sold you?
so I have 2 sons who have lived and breathed baseball since they were 5, and we just had returned from our second trip to Cooperstown and just had an amazing week of baseball. The kids love staying as a team. It's kind of a camp situation where they're as a team and they live and breathe baseball for the entire week, and we just were longing for another experience like that, and Cooperstown only accommodates 12-year-olds. And when Hamilton brought this to us, we were excited because it's 10 to 13-year-olds, so you can go before Cooperstown or after Cooperstown, or if you're one of the unfortunate teams that don't get into Cooperstown, because they actually turn away like 2,000 to 3,000 teams a year, you can play as a 12-year-old at Branson. And we just love the opportunity to bring baseball to more kids in the Midwest, and love the idea that it's so family-friendly. You know, Cooperstown doesn't really offer the amusement parks and the golf and all of the things that, you know, the siblings want to be able to do if you're going on a family trip for a baseball week. So we just got really excited about the opportunity to be involved. We still have, you know, boys involved in the game, and we love baseball, and just, really we're excited about it.
Well, I want to commend all of you. There's the Field of Dreams. You guys made the Fields of Dreams there. To find out more information there, you can find them on Twitter or on Instagram at baseballparksofamerica.com. And for a link, and if you missed anything, you can watch this segment once again, but just log on to our website, WGNTV.com/midday. Steve.